and assistant first sergeants, Team Hurlburt Field, friends and family of the graduates, most importantly, the Airmen of ALS Class 22 Golf. Give it up for them. So in preparation for tonight, I thought about all kinds of things of how to approach tonight. And it was me and Sergeant Nichols' pleasure to be mentors for this class over the past 5 weeks. First thing I want to say is congratulations to the Airmen on becoming they. Congratulations on becoming a part of they. Now, what does that mean? So I'll give some examples. 19 years ago, I graduated from this Airman Leadership School. And after I graduated, I was so proud of the big stripes and I was called staff sergeant. I went back to work, and I did not know that I was going to be tested. Tech Sergeant Seegert, Pete Seegert, who's still a good friend of mine today, gave me 2 tests. The first test was 2 months after I stood on staff. He's like, Staff Sergeant Gilbert, go release the airman for the day. I was like, go release the airman? Yeah. So I'll go in, like, hey guys, you guys get to go home. I'm like, oh my God, Sergeant Gilbert, you're so awesome. I'm like, yep, Staff Sergeant Gilbert, report to the 6 months later, we're in Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, my first deployment. Tech Sergeant Seeger's like, hey Staff Sergeant Gilbert, I need you to go tell the crew that we're going to be working through lunch. We'll bring the lunch to them, and we're going to probably work late. I was like, ooh, okay. So I go over there. I was like, hey team, they wanted me to tell you guys that we're going to work too much. I was like, yeah, and they said we're going to work late. They're like, what the? They suck. I was like, that's what they said. Right? So, I didn't realize at the time, but when it was time to provide words for a good task, I owned it. And when it wasn't, it was they. They is one of those words that we use to kind of push off the responsibility when it's negative. Right? So congratulations on becoming they. So I told you guys I graduated from Airman Leadership School 19 years ago. And I thought, what would I say to Staff Sergeant Gilbert? Then I thought, well, that was 19 years ago. What would I say to Staff Sergeant today, in 2022? The thing about that is that the foundation is still the same. All I can say is simply, we need you to lead. Get out there and lead. So let's break that down a little bit. So first thing I would say you need to do is learn who our airmen are. Learn what brought them here to the Air Force. Learn their family dynamic. Learn their why. Learn what motivates them. I'll give you an example. Use me as an example. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, which is a small island in the Caribbean. I did not grow up with AC. I did not grow up with grapes. I did not grow up with strawberries. Sad. I also got my license when I was 16. If you look over here at table 1, my gorgeous wife, especially as retired, she's from Brooklyn, New York. She grew up with AC. She grew up with strawberries, grapes. She did not get her license until she got to her first base, Seymour Johnson.
And you drive well.
2 different airmen. But if you take the time to learn who your airmen are, where they come from, their values, their morals, you'll understand who they are. And, okay. Which will better serve you in helping them get to whatever destination they're trying to attain. So learn who they are. It will help you be an effective supervisor. Secondly, educate yourselves, both personally and professionally. Congratulations on graduating the first level of PV that you will enter into. A few of you will have several more. Those are mandatory. On the personal side, they're voluntary. For the chiefs in the room, we know that the Air Force is going to get every dollar's worth out of you. All right? We're going to get every penny that you owe us. It is imperative that you do the same for the Air Force. Get your money's worth out of it. All right, so educate yourselves. Now, I'm not saying get out there and get PhDs. Not saying that at all. But an educated leader is a more open-minded one. All right, so please educate yourselves personally and professionally. The personal side will help you beyond the Air Force, because one day this uniform's going to come off, right, Gigi? Okay, thirdly, I would say advocate for our airmen. We can all remember when we first joined and we maybe had 0 stripes or 1 stripe or a butter bar. And we may have felt that we didn't have the loudest voice in the room, but had a lot of thoughts or things to say. staff sergeants, you are the conduit between the junior enlisted tier and the senior NCO tier. It's your job to translate their message and advocate for them. All right, so please advocate for our airmen. Lastly, I would say, be decisive. Be decisive. At your levels, the decision that you make, there's a commander somewhere in your chain that needs to make a decision based on your decision. An indecisive leader will waste time, money, and resources. Now, when you make a decision, right or wrong, if it's wrong, it's okay. You'll learn from that and make that mistake once. If it's the right decision, then everything is all good. But both times, your airmen will see what you're doing and will learn from that. So be decisive. So simply, lead. That's what we need to do. Lead, lead, lead. In the beginning, I told you all, welcome to the day, right? Be a part of that. Please don't forget, learn who our airmen are. Educate yourselves. Advocate for our airmen. And be a decisive leader. So when it comes to they, I mentioned that that's the word we use to push off responsibility. I absolutely hated that word coming up as an NCO, because I'd always see people use it as they, because again, I used it. But it's such an important word. It's so important that I put it on my coin. And the words inscribed on my coin says, they must invest in our airmen until our airmen become they. I'll say that again. They, who you guys are, congratulations, must invest in our airmen until our airmen become they. So have fun investing in our airmen, get out there and lead, and congratulations again.